What's going on, guys? This is Lone Courier here today, and I am here to bring you part 1 of my new series called Road to Gold. Yeah, I know it's not exactly the most original series ever. I mean, plenty of other YouTubers have done it. I personally quite like Prestigious Keys Road to Gold, so I figured I might as well do one of my own because it sort of gives me like a series that I can post. And yeah, I'm really working on Dark Matter. I've got I haven't been really trying it too much, but I've got some guns gold already. I've got the KN44, which is the current gameplay that you're going to be watching. I also have the ICR gold, I have the CUDA gold, I think I also have the Argus gold. If I don't have it gold, I've probably got like one more challenge left for it, and I'm pretty close to getting the XR2 gold, so I'm going to be putting these out every couple of days, not exactly all at once, so there will be some like time between, and it also depends if I don't have any more guns to post. Like after these guns that I've posted, it'll probably take me quite a while to get some other guns gold, because I'm not exactly, I would say I'm not exactly one of those guys that can really just grind out too much COD at once. I mean, these guns that I do have gold are like weapons that I've used a lot, like when I started playing the game. The KN44 and the CUDA, they're definitely by far the most used guns that I have. The ICR, that was extremely easy to go for headshots actually. But weapons like the XR2s, it's easy, but there's other weapons that are going to be hard, like the HVK30 and definitely the Man of War. Those two are probably going to give me the most grief in terms of going for headshots. So it'll probably take quite a while to get those out, but then there's some other weapons that I can post, like LMGs, snipers, stuff like that. I'm also pretty close to getting the Locust gold. It's just I need a couple more bloodthirsties for it. But the Locust, dude, honestly, it's like with sniping in this game, I'm kind of weird with sniping. I can go from like sniping quite often and doing pretty well with a sniper to just doing totally awful, because you know how there's no aim assist now. It's just really based on how good you are in terms of accuracy, or just how lucky you can get in terms of shots. But I'm so glad it's not headshots or anything for snipers on this game, because I don't think I could possibly ever get those challenges done, because snipers in this game, they're just so annoying. The SVG is probably going to be really annoying. But yeah, some of the guns in this game are pretty good. They're probably going to be a lot easier for getting gold than some other weapons. You know, say for example, Advanced Warfare, you just had some awfully terrible guns, and you had to run no perks as well, which is just utterly annoying. I mean, there is a challenge in this where you have to do kills with no perks, but it doesn't say no perks. It's just you have to go for 50 kills with 5 attachments and an optic, which basically means you have no room for perks or anything. But yeah, it's only 50, so it's not going to be that hard. So yeah, I mean, it'll be a bit easier. And yeah, hero gear as well. I'll probably try hero gear. I'm going for those secretly in the background, like I'm not making videos on them or anything. But so far I have all of the, well, I've not got all the hero gear because you need to do every character first. So I mean, in terms of characters, I've got all of the challenges for. I have all of Ruin's character gear, I have all of Spectre's character gear, I have all of Prophet's, not yet, but I've only got 6 more glitch challenges to do. 6 more glitch kills, which doesn't take very long. That'll probably be 2 games, or maybe 1 game of domination, and that's it. So that'll be pretty easy. There's some characters that are probably going to be pretty hard as well. Like, I can see the Purifier being hard for me, because I'm not very good with the Purifier. I didn't really like it too much. I thought it was going to be good, but it's a lot different than what I thought it was going to be. But there's other weapons that I'm pretty good with, like, I really like the Tempest, but I've done all those challenges. One weapon that's just going to drive me up the wall, however, is the Annihilator. There's utterly no aim assist on that weapon. There is literally no aim assist on it. That's actual true fact. There is none. So getting those kills is truly based on skill, or you know, luck as well. It's another thing with the Annihilator is I have some really bad problems with that. Like, you watch other people's gameplays and they just get like 4-man collaterals with the Annihilator, but I'm not one of those guys. I'm one of those guys that gets it and ends up like wasting it or getting killed on it, and it just annoys me because it's not exactly the best weapon ever. Like, I used it during the beta and I thought it was going to be a lot better. Like, I've been playing a lot of Destiny quite recent, well, not recently, but I played it a lot before Black Ops 3 came out, and I assumed the Annihilator was going to be somewhat similar to the hand cannons from Destiny, and while it is, it's just so awkward to use with that no aim assist. So, I mean, some other people do amazing with it, but I just can't. So, yeah, you know, it's just really, really frustrating. So, yeah, the KN44, however, I haven't even spoke about that this episode. The KN44, it's an okay weapon, it's not bad. It's one of these starting assault rifles. It's most likely the assault rifle you'll use to start off with. It's quite awkward in terms of accuracy. The accuracy on it isn't very good, but it's still okay at times. It depends how you use the gun, to be totally honest. I mean, there's occasions where I feel like this gun is far too accurate, and then there's occasions where I feel like this gun isn't accurate enough. So it's a really awkward weapon. But yeah, classes I generally recommend for this weapon, I would probably recommend using foregrip, stock, and quick draw. Those are amazing attachments for this weapon. Another thing that I'd recommend using in terms of just a class, the one that I'm using in this gameplay and probably the next gameplay afterwards, is the KN44, obviously. You're going to want to have, I think it's Cold-Blooded? I run Blind Eye as my perk 1, I run Cold-Blooded as perk 2, and then I run Tac Mask and Awareness as my second, third perk. I would probably recommend, instead of using Blind Eye, to use Ghost. I just don't really like using Ghost that much. Well, it's not that I don't like using it, it's just that I prefer to have Blind Eye just in case somebody gets like a Talon or a Wraith. Because as soon as you have like a Wraith, as soon as you have Cold-Blooded and Blind Eye on, you're just completely vulnerable. Like, you will not get killed by any kill streaks whatsoever. It doesn't matter if it's like a ground-based streak or if it's an air-based streak. If it's AI, it won't kill you because it just can't target you. So it's worth noting that if somebody has a Talon or a Cerberus and they use the manual control, they can still kill you with it easy enough. But if it's in AI mode, it won't kill you. You know, if it's a computer that's controlling it, it won't kill you. So that's pretty good to know. Hardwired, I'd say hardwired. It's an okay perk to have, but I wouldn't really recommend it too much because I always ran it during Advanced Warfare because, you know, there's so many kids that ran like system hacks and yeah, just system hacks in general. Because system hacks, a lot of the time whenever kids use them, they'd also have the exosuit disablement on them. So it was a really crutch perk in that game, you know, hardwired and toughness. The most crutch perks ever in that game. But in this game it doesn't feel like they're that useful. Another perk that doesn't feel as useful as it did in Advanced Warfare is Blast Suppressor. In Advanced Warfare, Blast Suppressor, it was kind of a clutch perk to some people. I didn't really like it too much unless I was playing like Search and Destroy or using a stealth based class. But you know how it'd obviously mute your exosuit so nobody could see you on the minimap. They could still hear you, but they wouldn't see you on the minimap. It doesn't feel as useful to me in Black Ops 3 as it does in Advanced Warfare, so I don't run Blast Suppressor ever. But yeah, that's basically the class filled up once you've used all those perks and attachments. It depends. Some people find stock useless in this game. I like stock just because I'm so used to using it. So I just put it on. I really shouldn't, to be honest, because it doesn't do anything in comparison to what it did in previous games. But I just put it on as force of habit. So I guess you could put on anything else that you like. You could probably even take stock off and either have a secondary weapon, or you could have like a grenade or maybe a flashbang or a concussion. But what I'd also recommend for your specialist is definitely to use Outrider and Vision Pulse, because that is one of the most amazingly overpowered specialist abilities for free-for-all. It's just utterly amazing for free-for-all because it just exposes every enemy in your vicinity. Yeah, it can see where you are. I mean, it just it will highlight you and you can see that you've been tagged by Vision Pulse. But Vision Pulse is one of those things, if you've been tagged by it, there's no way you can get away from it unless the Vision Pulse ability runs out, because it will, but you'll still remain tagged for a few seconds. But by the time the tag is faded away, they will know where you are, so you need to move quickly. But when you're using it, however, it's important to use it in good circumstances. Like in the first gameplay I had, I didn't really use it in the most opportune moments. Like I'd use it just randomly, and I guess that wasn't the best use for it. That was me sort of getting used to free-for-all. I mean, I didn't really play much free-for-all beforehand. In fact, I never, because I'm so bad at it. But I felt like I'd give it a crack for doing this Road to Gold, so it's been pretty good so far. The next gameplay you're going to watch is some 18-1. Well, you're probably either watching or you have watched it. It's 18-1 with the KN44 on Fringe. And I mean, that's something pretty rare for me. I mean, I did get a host migration halfway through, which is quite annoying, because the first gameplay I had, it was extremely laggy, and then the second gameplay I have for it is a host migration halfway through. So that's pretty annoying. I mean, I was going flawless until I got to 18 and then I got killed by somebody. Not sure if it was lag or if it was just him actually being able to kill me, so you know, it's kind of whatever. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Road to Gold will be back soon. I'll probably make a video on the CUDA very shortly if you guys want to see that. So yeah, it's been a Lone Courier, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.